Good morning. So you're doing it. We're on A Course in Miracles, lesson number 5, titled, I am never upset for the reason I think. Lesson number 5, I am never upset for the reason I think. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain. Apply specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever terms seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which will be perceived as different. This is not true. However, until you learn that form doesn't matter, each form becomes a proper subject for the exercises for the day. Applying the same idea to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. When using the idea for today for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and the cause which you ascribe to it. For example, I am not angry at blank for the reason I think. I am not afraid of blank for the reason I think. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for sources of upset in which you believe and forms of upset which you think result. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and to avoid giving greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to precede the exercises with the statement, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Then examine your mind for whatever is distressing you, regardless of how much or how little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's idea to some perceived sources of upset than to others. If this occurs, think first of this. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. Then search your mind for no more than a minute or so and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you, regardless of the relative importance you may give them. Apply the idea for today to each of them, using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it and of the feeling as you experience it. Further examples are, I am not worried about blank for the reason I think. I am not depressed about blank for the reason I think. 3 or 4 times during the day is enough. Okay, and the title again, Lesson 5, I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think. So now we're starting to have to do these exercises a certain amount of times a day. So it's okay if you take more than one day to do an exercise. So I found like when I used to do this, my first time I did it, I wanted to be so dedicated. So I found tools to help me remember. And if I didn't do it, and I so wanted to create miracles, right? I so wanted all the miracles, because it's a Course in Miracles, that if I didn't do it right, 100% what they told me to do, right? I don't have to believe it. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to love it. I don't have to like it. I didn't have to do none of that. I just had to do it the way they told me to do it. So I held on to that. And basically, like, if the day passed, so like this one says, you got to do it 3 or 4 times during the day. And I did it 2. Tomorrow, the next day, I did this lesson again until I did exactly what they said. So I say they, sorry, but until exactly what it says. And it probably still is a they. But, okay, so that's the advice that I'm going to give you, to do it wholeheartedly. But whatever feels right for you, honestly, that's what felt right for me at the time. So whatever feels right for you. So now it's my 3rd time. I don't do it as strict at all. But it helps me still today. So it's the Course that keeps on giving miracles. Come on. Yes, I love that. So again, your exercise is basically to name whatever feeling that you're feeling that's negative, and basically say, it's not for the reason I think. So let me see. Let me scan my mind. Okay. I am not upset about the cellulite I saw in my reflection this morning doing my yoga. And I am not upset about that, the cellulite, for the reason I think. Let me see something else that had me upset. I am not frustrated about having to do all these things for my family, that I'm looked to do all these things for my family. I am not frustrated about doing all these things for my family for the reason I think. Do you get the gist? And that's all that's required. 3 to 4 times today is enough. Keep it going. You're still here. I'm cheering you on. You're doing great. Until tomorrow. Bye.